Fun Facts presents the Saleen S7 Supercar. Production introduced in the years 2000 through 2007. Let's get started now. Okay, formed by Steve Saleen, a former race car driver, Saleen Autosport came into existence in the 80s. They made their first production run in 1984 with only 3 cars. Then they began to play around with Mustangs, giving birth to the legendary Saleen Mustang. The Saleen 7 took many more years in the making, debuting in 2000 as the flagship model of Saleen. Of course, nothing is great can be done alone. While it was always Steve Saleen's brainchild, considering the concept, engine, and overall pace with his other contractors were used, Hidden Creek Industries was tapped for the investment, while the S7's chassis suspension as well as its aerodynamics came from RML, Roy Molick Limited. And finally, Phil Frank came up with the body and interiors. Now, most of you already are aware of how astonishing the Saleen S7 was and still is, capable of mind-blowing performance in both its street legal and track legal versions. But here are 15 facts you may have known about, you may not have known about. Saleen 7 is all American. When it comes to supercars, the country that usually come to mind are European. However, the Saleen 7 proved them all wrong, being a homegrown, handmade, all-American supercar with pretty impressive specs. And just so you know, the powerful engine is a derivative of the Ford Windsor's small black. It's a rare classic today. In between came the Saleen 7 Twin Turbo. It started out in 2000 and ended in 2009. There's a more powerful version since. The Saleen has moved on. The world still remembers America's only supercar, with fond memories considering not many of these were ever built. The production run remained low. You can't expect too many cars from a hand-built enterprise that had a production run of only 9 years. Motorists, a total of 1,500 Saleen S7s in the world. Number 12, there was a street legal version as well. Call it track legal, street legal. The S7R version, made from 2000 to 2007, was built to race. And in the 7 years, only 14 of these supercars were made, making them super rare indeed. They did win big at GT championships and broke records at the 24-hour of Le Mans as well. Number 11 out of 15. It was the only 500 horsepower street legal car. Number 10. It may have topped Ferrari and McLaren. For the original 2000 model, Steve Saleen claimed top speeds of 220 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 run at 3.3 seconds. This would have made the S7 faster than the McLaren P1 and the Ferrari LaFerrari supercars 20 years ago. The S7 Twin Turbo went several steps ahead in 2005 with top speeds of 248 and a 0 to 60 run at 2.8 seconds. Scary fast. Number 9 out of 15. The Saleen S7 wasn't small. The S7 was a lightweight, and by that we do not mean just about 2,850 pounds in curb weight, thanks to a carbon fiber body. Number 8, getting more expensive by the minute. The Saleen was launched, they offered it around $400,000, which isn't exactly cheap, but for the hypercar is very expensive today, upwards $10 million. Number 7, it was the safest car around. Most hypercars have a problem of issuing safety for the sake of lighter weight and better performance. This is why Saleen S7 has no airbags, ABS anti-locking brake system, or even VSC, vehicle stability control. On the other hand, traveling at 160 miles per hour or higher, the S7 will create downforce equal to its own weight, theoretically allowing it to drive upside down. 6 out of 15. It's plenty plush. Not to say that the interiors of the Saleen S7 were Spartan, because they were anything but. With driver's seat position more towards the center for better weight distribution and visibility, the car had plenty of leather and aluminum accents thrown around for maximum effect. It felt like a $400,000 car, inside and out. Number 5 of 15. It was a rare mid-engine car. You can count the number of mid-engine American cars on your fingers. They are all that common. Even rarer are rear mid-engine cars, which means a mid-engine car on a rear-wheel drive layout. The Saleen S7 was one of them, and it was designed for ultimate road stability whilst going stupid fast. Number 4 of 15, each slit on its body served a function. The Saleen S7 wore its looks with style, but the scissor doors that opened up and away from the body looked good enough, but it was the 60-odd slits carved into the body of the S7 that made it look like a class apart. The slits weren't all just for show either. They were all part of the aerodynamic functionality. The slide slits cooled the air brakes, they cooled the brakes, and the fake long-looking vents on the roof hood where the storage area is were connected to the engine in the back. Number 3 out of 15. The 7 stood for displacement. The S stood for Saleen, which came from Steve Saleen, and the company's founder, and the 7 wasn't a lucky number here, but the displacement of the engine, which was 7 liters. The 550 horsepower overhead cooled V8 was a 7.0 liter, 427 cubic inches. The 750 horsepower Saleen S7 twin turbo used the same engine as well. Number 2 of 15, it got plenty of screen time. No, thankfully, not Fast and Furious. The silver Saleen S7 is seen in the comedy classic Bruce Almighty, starring Jim Carrey, Jennifer Aniston, where it was Bruce Carey driving it in style. And the number 1 Saleen S7 Le Mans continues the legacy. In 2018-2019, Saleen S7 Le Mans continued the legacy in the limited edition avatar, just 7 in number. All right, well, if you've gotten this far, you're pretty much through the video. And if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. It really does help our channel. And if you like our channel, please subscribe. And we'll be doing lots more supercars and all types of Ferrari videos and to come, and Porsche and Corvette and Maserati, Lamborghini, custom cars, hot rods, autoramas, all of it. We will be showcasing all of the best, all of the time for you. And the article that I was reading from will be linked in the description below. It is from hotcars.com, 15 facts about the Saleen S7 that will blow your mind. I have a link in the description. So we'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our video today, and take good care of yourself. Thank you.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. jungle.